Who would be without you? Who would be without you? Hello, everybody. So today's video, we are actually reviewing the reviews. We are reviewing the products that I've reviewed. Crazy, right? Crazy video idea. Actually, not true. We're reviewing the reviews that I've done in the past. So, like, trying to see, do I still feel the same way years after reviewing a product? Um, was I under the influence of a company's budget? You know what I mean? Like, was I not impartial during the review? Do I still feel the same way? So yeah, that's what today's video is gonna be about. Might be a little crazy. Might be a little crazy. Gonna be talking a lot of trash, mostly at my own expense. So yeah, but the exciting thing is we're gonna be going back into the past and just seeing how stuff was. So yeah, if you can join in, bro. I just gotta post this to Instagram. What's up, Mike? If you guys have any questions, today is a good day to ask me. I'm gonna try to keep this one short, like an hour maybe. That's extremely ambitious. I'm so sure we'll break an hour and a half. But yeah, should be okay. You guys can also tell me what your favorite reviews are, and then also uh, yeah, yeah, you can all then yeah then we can talk about them all. But we're just going to be going in chronological order from from my first sort of reviews all the way to some of the later ones. So I think no, here's perfect. Yeah, I'll just leave that there like that. Let me just post this on Instagram, and then we'll get started. So yeah, thanks everyone as well for the encouragement, bro. Like I was not hyped for today's, like I was trying to like line it up with someone, but unfortunately it fell through. We didn't plan it very well, so I was not really excited. But people were like, "Oh, Boogie, you're the star. You're the reason we watched the live streams," and I was like blushing and shit. My girlfriend got pissed. She was like, "Who are you talking to? Who's making you blush?" But yeah, thanks for that, guys. It was very nice. Anyway, posted on Instagram. Let's get started. Let's get started. So, as we turn back the clock, the first review I ever did, according to YouTube, I'm sure YouTube is not accurate with this. First review I ever did was on the orangutan Kegels. So Kegels are actually really dope wheels. At the time, I got them for free from Loaded. I don't even understand why Loaded sent me free products, but it was actually so dope. We got free stuff from Loaded, and yeah, I was just so stoked. So they sent me that stuff for free. I was trying to be positive most of the time. So yeah, how do I feel about Kegels at this moment in time? Kegels are still pretty sick, still decently fast wheels. They're not the fastest wheels anymore. How do I feel about them sliding? The slide is actually pretty decent, but they're sometimes a little bit inconsistent. I do think these days you can get something for better value for money. They're also not the fastest wheels, but they're good enough for cruising. That being said, for 80 millimeters and how much they cost, I think you could probably do way better cost wise. So yeah, that's what I'm thinking. But for wheels, for cruising, they aren't bad. I actually really enjoy skating the 77A. I got those for free from a homie who sent them to me. So yeah, man. All right, we're done with the first one. Next one, Paris Savants. Dude, the Savants are actually such sick trucks. The first truck I ever went close to 80 miles per hour on, super stable. They're the first truck I ever tried with like the slop stopping mechanism, which was actually really sick. I don't even know what the hell I'm talking about in these reviews, bro, but I got 81 likes and 2.8k views, so that's really something, at least for back then. But yeah, dude, and like, you don't understand how sick this road was. It wasn't that crazy, but it was so fast back then for me, and it was so rough as well. The fact I was able to like skate like this at all was actually impressive to me at the time. And yeah, shout out Sharon. If it wasn't for Sharon, would never have gotten any of these clips. But yeah, they're sick. I still think they're really sick, but I think now that we're able to have like slop stoppers in trucks, I think um, they definitely need to be updated because like Paris Savants, uh, let me show you. Parts inserts, parts risers, inserts. Damn. Paris Savants. Yeah, so they are super great product, super great truck. My only beef is that they don't have like a nice thick slop stopper. This sort of like where's the Paris one? Wherever it is, right? Kind of works okay, but I'd prefer like a thicker one so that I could get more rebound and more return to center and more support to the lean. These tend to wear out quite fast, and also because of how the bushing seat is, it's quite skinny, so it doesn't really get held in there as effectively as I'd like it to. Um, so yeah, so I think they're pretty sick. I wish they came in better angles and better widths. Um, but I still think like calibers as they are today are a way better option. But Savants are so sick. If they put out like if they updated the kingpin hole, and you could like put a proper insert bushing, insert sorry plug barrel insert whatever the fuck it's called, there'd be a much better truck. I will also say under 145 millimeters. I don't think these trucks are gonna be a great option. I skated 140 millimeters for a really long time, and I didn't end up liking them all that much. I couldn't really dial them in. Maybe it was a rider issue, but they weren't all that great. So I don't think they're a great option, especially 125 to 135 millimeters. Kind of felt like they needed tall barrel bushings, but maybe if you pair them with Boardnamic base plates, let me just Google that up for you guys. Boardnamic split angle precision base plates. Put that in there, and perhaps you'll get like a really amazing riding experience. So yeah, loaded race gloves review. These gloves were actually really sick. Um, yeah, 623 views 5 years ago. This is probably what's gonna kill the stream. No one's gonna want to hear about this, but they were actually pretty sick. They had amazing ventilation, and they were actually really durable. And I held on to them for a really long time, bro. So yeah, pretty solid gloves. I think Loaded makes decent gloves. Loaded truncated tesseract. This board is actually really sick. I sold it to a rider here for 15,000 shillings. Then I was planning to use that 15,000 shillings to like I don't know what to do what with it, but I ended up just like spending it on booze and like snacks and shit like that. And I regret it to this. Okay, I don't regret it. Somehow managed to survive. But yeah, I think it's a really sick deck. Um, I had a lot of fun on it. Pretty good. I think the wedging and de-wedging is kind of annoying. It has like 3+3 degree wedging on either end, but it's actually genuinely a really sick deck, and I'd love one to mess around with again. But I do think there are more comfortable options out there, but it is a pretty sick deck, I'd say. All right, so next one. Loaded Jehu V2 bearings. Bro, I absolutely hated these bearings. The only the only what do you call it? The only saving grace is that I got them for free, but they were actually super trash. Only because of the what's up Vivek? How you doing? Yeah, the loaded Jehu V2 bearings were actually pretty trash only because of the shield. The shield didn't like last all that long. So I think you can do way better for the price as well. I don't know how much they're going for nowadays. 24 bucks. Yeah, dude, you can do way better. Like Zillas for the same price. Way better. So yeah. Anyway, orangutan durian wheels. Yeah, I agree with what I said in the review. I hated these wheels. They had no roll speed whatsoever. They were so slow, and I sold them as soon as I could. And I think that slowness was because of the having no like core in there as well. Like it's just a tiny core, and then you have the wheel around it. And yeah, the slide was also super inconsistent. Absolutely disliked them. So I'm happy with what I said in the review. Let me see. Which is kind of anyway. What's next? TSG downhill knee pads. I don't remember exactly what I said in this review, but I actually do like these knee pads. What I did realize is that they're designed for a really massive individual, right? Like a tall 6 foot plus person weighing like 200 pounds. They don't fit that well for me because I actually have pretty skinny legs. So because I have pretty skinny legs, this is the knee pads I'm using these days. TSG Wave Skate, I think. Yeah. These are the knee pads I'm using these days. They fit me a little bit better, but they don't have, they're not that good for downhill skating, and they'll rip apart and wear out faster than the DHP pads will. But if you could get like a DHP style in a smaller size, I think that would be fantastic. So yeah. All right. Next review. Slide Perfect wheel review. I don't remember what I said in this video, but probably talk some shit about the roll speed. But these are actually such a goated wheel actually. They're like the first wide freeride wheel in my opinion, and they were so fun. And I really enjoyed them for doing like stand-up slides and stuff like that, and getting confident using my small board for standees. So yeah, they're pretty sick. What's next? Can't believe we've been posting for so long, bro. Doing reviews and stuff for so long. Yeah, Seismic Alpha 80.5 millimeter wheels. Crazy. Really liked this review. I liked like everything I did in this review. Like the footage was sick, the music was sick. See, I done chalked up another one when I drop a ton. Take your favorite MC and bring the light like the sun. Yeah, it was so good. The writing is kind of trash, but honestly, not the worst. And you see, here's what I'm talking about with like the savants. Like I was getting like aggressive hookups and stuff like that, and it wasn't like the best, most smoothest riding experience with the smoothest hookups. It was like riding like a bull, like a untamed bull. I was like a rodeo cowboy or whatever they're called. But I rode them pretty decently, I guess. Anyway, Seismic 80.5 millimeter wheels. What do I think? I thought they were pretty sick then, but you'd rather just get the Plum Alphas. And these are the, I think, 76A or 77A versions, and they weren't as great as I don't know, man. I think today you could probably spend your money a little bit wiser, but if you're looking for a wheel to maybe do some free riding when you do downhill, and maybe like a fast wheel for cruising as well, it's probably decent. But I think you can spend your money a little bit better in today's day and age. Venom Magnums. I actually absolutely love Magnums these days, man. Magnums are probably one of my favorite downhill wheels, and I think that's because I ended up getting like Rogue trucks and just going full into the Rogue pipeline. But yeah, Magnums are some of the best stuff ever. Like, dude, this is crazy, man. Like, damn, bro. We've come from far, bro. Skating this road when there were no markings, barely taking that corner all that fast. Look at that foot position. Insane, bro. Oh, goodness. What's the music? Oh, it's a Amapiano song. Damn, bro. Yeah, dude. Like, I'm a way better skater now. Yeah, but I kept that under. Yeah, that was a terrible way to take that corner. Like, it's so crazy, dude. Like, look at my front foot placement. Like, trying to toe side, and that's my front foot placement. That's awful, bro. Terrible riding. Anyway, yeah, Magnums are my favorite wheel. If what I got wrong in the review is that I like them even more now. I love them even more. That's such a sick wheel. I love the new formula, and I can't recommend them enough if you're doing mostly downhill, especially on a slalom type board. But yeah, dude, this footage is pretty sick, man. I used to go to town for these reviews, bro. Like this was during COVID times as well. I was working so hard for you guys, bro, and I used to be so skinny. Holy shit. Oh, look, you can see my cheeks. You can see the outline of my big ass head, bro. Insane, man. I look like I'm starving. Dude, it's crazy how time flies and how I used to skate so much. I used to skate like 3 times a week. And now I skate like once and I'm like way better. Um, yeah, look at me yapping. Crazy, bro. Insane. We got 137 likes and I was filming this on my shit ass phone, bro. Insane. How time flies. All right, next review. Rolling Tree Acedia. Um, so the Acedia, I'd say whatever I said in my review is probably accurate. I did borrow it from my friend again, and I tried skating it with some Ronin katanas, 115 to 125, and it was just too wide. I do think the concave is a little bit aggressive, and with the way I was skating that board, I think I do have some footage. Let me see if I can pull it up. Should be here. Let me see if I can get it. Yeah, guys, drop some comments. I almost destroyed Tom. R.I.P. Tom. Where is it? Yeah, here we go. So this is on the Acedia. So every time I did a hillside, I like ended up like scuffing the inside of my shoe because my right leg was put down like that, and I think there's like a little bit of rocker in the back, and that messed up my shoe a little bit. But I do think it is a pretty decent board, and I'd honestly maybe enjoy one for free riding now. I do think the concave is a bit much, and I do enjoy uh, less what do you call it? Less involved concave or less complicated concave. But the concave at the time that I was riding it, when I did own it, I sold it to my friend actually. I did actually enjoy the concave very much, but nowadays I prefer something much simpler. So yeah, also so I was supposed to get some boards from Rolling Tree, but they took forever to send them out. I was gonna review hella of them. Anyway, I could have gripped this corner, bro. What? Yeah, I actually did kind of suck at skating. Like, look at this. But I was also on the Mav Pros when Mavericks first came out. It wasn't all that. Dude, I would have been hit by a car right there, bro. That was terrible. Anyway, next video. Let's go. All right, let's take a break quickly and watch this. Watch what video I've put out. Just to see what I was working with. So yeah, I got some new shoes here. Those are some Adidas. I mixed a weird variation of like a vulcanized sole, taking that corner. Dude, it's actually so insane. I don't know if it's the GoPro stick, but these days, like I take that corner so much faster. Maybe if it's the wheels I'm using these days as well, or like I'm heavier or whatever it is, but I'm usually like maxing out that corner. Insane. So do I slow down here? Yeah, I do slow down here. But usually these days we just sort of blast through this intersection, bro. And then we slide there. But this back then we just used to go and tuck this corner. It was so fun. You could get so inside. But it's not a great corner to do that on because you could easily hit someone. Um, and I barely carried any speed through. So yeah. All right, let's keep it pushing. The next review I did, Fireball Cruiser Artist Series. I actually thought that was a pretty sick board. So yeah, Pantheon Gaia review. What did I say about the Pantheon Gaia? So little backstory. It's actually my friend who owns the Pantheon Gaia. His name was, damn, how am I forgetting his name? Kyle. His name was Kyle. He owned it. I only skated it like once or twice. It was actually pretty sick. But my only issue with it was the taper and the drop. I don't think I actually like boards with a lot of drop. or a lot of taper. So I think you can do a lot better these days, but the construction was solid. So I probably did say all that in my review. Damn, bro, like my acne was really bad. My beard was out of control. Damn, I had no swag. I had no bitches. Crazy. Next video. Let's see. Thing01 Freeride wheels review. I actually really liked these wheels. Where is it? Let's see if we can get some riding clips. I actually really liked these wheels. The roll speed was pretty fast. The sliding was actually like pretty in control, I would say. What else? What didn't I like about him? Oh, he died of death. He exploded. Oh, yeah. I wish I was just a better rider so I could show off these wheels a little better. But they were actually pretty sick. They were very controllable as well and very confidence inspiring. The only thing I regret is that they're actually really hard to get these days. Ronin cast katanas. I think I sold these products shortly after I got them, but Ronin cast katanas were actually really, really good. And they're probably the first trucks that I skated that I felt so solid at like 70, 80 kilometers per hour. Like so good. So yeah. Landiat's small blind. So I still agree with everything I said in my product review about the Landiat small blind. It's actually really sick. It's insane I got so many likes and so many views. Um, best haircut in the 254 area. I love it. Um, damn, yeah, but my hair was crazy, bro. Like I was on the fuckboy vibe, bro. Crazy. Um, and I went in on the interviews as well. Insane, dude. Is insane, and no one skates like him on open roads. Yeah. If you don't know who Dexter Manning is, you have some research to do and some epic videos to watch. So let's get into the interview. Let me get in the chat. Should I dye my hair blonde again, bro? Should I should I go back to the blonde hair, bro? It'd be sick. Um, yeah. So yeah, the small blind. The only thing I still dislike, I probably support everything I said in the review. Um, so yeah, I don't regret anything. Very solid board, very high quality. Landiats makes high quality boards. Can't recommend them enough. But yeah, the taper sucked, but it was a sick board. Not gonna lie. Let's go. Spadeboard Swallow review. Pauperata Dragon Skin review. Let's talk about that one instead. I actually really like the dragon skins. It's actually funny. You can sort of track my hairstyle. It's actually so funny. I actually really liked the dragon skins. I just thought the roll speed wasn't all that great. I still have my set. I haven't skated them that much, but if I ever get to a place where I'm probably like around a lot of really steep hills that don't need like a lot of momentum retention, I probably skate them way more. But yeah, thank you, Kerry Rhymes, for sending me a set. I should have asked you for more products to like review and stuff like that. Um, but yeah, dude, thanks. All right, next one. Let's see. Kuei grip tape. Um, I don't know exactly what I said in this video, in this review, but probably that it's pretty good. But it's not the most durable grip tape. It does last a long time, but like at least compared to like other grip tapes like Dark Matter and Lockton, it doesn't last as long, so it ends up losing quite a bit of its sharpness. So you do have to keep that in mind for the Kuei grip. Yeah, bro. Let's talk about the dinghy. Let's talk about the dinghy, bro. Landiat's dinghy. So I probably agree with everything I said in this too long of a video, bro. Like 16 minutes talking about a product. Like I am so happy I stopped myself doing videos like this. This is nightmarish, bro. 16 minutes just yapping. You know how long it used to take me to make these videos? Like I'd sit there for like I've streamlined it these days, but I'd sit there for like an hour and I'd try to get every take perfect, and then like I'd edit out all the R's, all the ums, and then I have to put in images and all that shit, and it was just too much effort. I'm so much happier with like the reviews that I do these days. So much more chill, so much more low effort, and that's what I should have continued doing and just operated at that level. But yeah, the only thing I hate about the dinghy, that the only thing that's changed about the dinghy is that I hate it even more now. There's so many good longboards out there. If you like the shape of the dinghy, if you're a kid, if you're a child, cool, man, get it. But personally, if you have the money, you could spend it on something else and get a little bit better value for your money. There are better writing products out there. So yeah, that's what I hate. Damn, bro. But people really sat through like I got 624 likes and 19,000 views. Insane. Uh, what's next? Let's see. Let's see the progression, guys, of that one spot. I want to see how I progressed. Some mid footage. Uh, that's not bad, but it's so slow as well, man. Like I'm barely moving, bro. How sad. Ooh, well, that's a good slide. Yeah, you're doing better. That guy was fully in my lane. Of course, I had to flip him off, and then he had the audacity to flip me off as well. Um, yeah, dude, crazy. Now let's go to the next product. Cheetah Hogs wheels. Now, bro, man, I should have gotten a haircut, bro. Who let me walk around like this, bro? Just my beard, like they have no one to tell me to get a haircut. To at least get my beard shaved, bro. This is awful, man. Oh my goodness, guys, comment like whenever my beard gets and my hair gets out of control. Comment and tell me to shave or whatever, cause this is crazy. Anyway, bro. I actually absolutely love the Cheetah Hogs. Years later, I still think they're some of the best downhill wheels. Quite durable. They have decent roll speed, decent grip, awesome for like open roads and stuff of that nature. And despite the road vibration you get from them, like I actually do think they're still very usable and pretty sick. I have one set that I'm still skating, but I think I gave away or sold most of the others that I have. But I do really enjoy them, and I wish they still sold them. Not that I can afford them, unfortunately. Motherfuckers are poor. Poverty is abound. But I do actually really enjoy them, and yeah, I would ride them again given the opportunity. Let's talk about the Bear 2020 Smokies. Now, Bear made a lot of mistakes with these trucks. I will say they could have um, been a little bit tidier with the way they did things, like the rear base plate being too low. Um, they could have just done a couple of things a little bit better, not sell the 45-degree base plate with it to begin with. If they just started off the jump 50-20, the Bear Smokies would have been uh, pretty good bangers. I will say I don't think I skated these trucks the best. I think they would have done better with a little bit of preloading. I think I skated them decently. Um, and yeah, man, I think also like I kept telling people to get these trucks, but I think ultimately just the Gold Rogues were, I don't want to say way better, but they were better. I think just having like a proper insert bushing instead of whatever Bear had makes a little bit more sense, and allows for further adjustment as you can change the durometer. And yeah, I hope Bear comes out with something new, something better. But yeah, the Smokies aren't bad at all. I have a friend who's skating this set. I sold them to him, and he's enjoying himself. They're pretty stable. I've passed on some of the things I've learned, such as like preloading, the trucks a little bit, and yeah, he's enjoying them. So yeah, would I buy them again? No, I wouldn't buy them again. All right, all right, all right. What's next? What's next? the cheese grater. Oh crap, 1 second, I gotta close my curtains. Okay, we're back. Thank you for sticking around. Yeah, man, we're not getting too many comments in the chat today, but whatever. Anyway, Landiat's cheese grater. So it's actually such a sick deck. I thought the construction was pretty good. Uh, didn't have much torsional flex, which I really enjoyed. But yeah, I actually hate that deck these days. I just think the concave is a little bit too, what do you call it? Too restrictive. I like to stand with my heel on the rail, and I can't do that. So yeah, I actually don't like it all that much these days. And I only received the product from Landiats just so that I could do the review and hopefully make a little bit of money. But yeah, and I did sell it to someone here, and he has enjoyed it very much. But I think there are better decks out there. But as always, it's a Landiats deck, so it is actually quite solid and enjoyable. Um, Now let's go to the Comet Orbiter. This is gonna be very, very spicy, guys. This is gonna be very, very spicy commentary. Um, so if you guys know what the Comet Orbiter is, it's a complete that used to come out for like 625 or slightly less than $700. Um, let's see. Yeah, 645. Dude, if you could get precision trucks with a sick deck with nice grip tape for 645 USD today, that would be absolutely insane. So I do think it's an amazing deal. The things I really liked about this deck, it was actually pretty solid. And yeah, I'd ride it again given the opportunity. Like, I actually really like it. I really like the entire concept, and I'd ride it again. I do think it was a little ambitious of them to like not just sort of to have like the extra mounting option so that you can run like wider trucks. I thought that's crazy a little bit. I'd rather just like a downhill deck. I don't want to bother with all the extra stuff. If I want something extra, I probably buy like a takeover or something like that. But yeah, I do like it. I still use this very footstop. It's pretty indestructible. It's lasted me such a long time. Uh, so yeah, man. But I actually did enjoy riding it so much. So yeah, I actually recommend it quite a bit, man. I gave mine away. I gave my Orbiter away. Sadly, it was just sitting in storage, not being skated all that much. But yeah. All right, let's go to the next thing. The next thing. The next thing. Comet Cruiser. Not quite. Master helmet. It's a helmet. It's certified. It works. Like, what more do you want, bro? You're not gonna die when you get your head, when you fall on your head. Um, yeah, bro. I was rocking the skinhead look in this era. I still had no sauce. Damn though, crazy. Let's go. Seismic slide box review. I agree with whatever I said in this review, bro. They're so slippery. I think over time, what I've sort of realized is that like you don't want your puck to be super slidey. Well, it depends on what you want as a rider, but I've realized that I kind of want like a slightly grippier puck and a very rounded edge. This gives me a lot more control when I'm sliding. And I find with like super slidey pucks, like it's a battle for me to sort of like put my hand right where it needs to be, whether it's close to the board, whether it's further away. But with slightly grippier pucks, not crazy grippy, but slightly grippier, I just put my hand there and it's not an issue anymore. I can balance like so well when I'm doing slides. So I don't want like too slidey of a puck. And the seismic slide pucks were crazy slidey, bro. Insanely slidey. So yeah, let's go. TSG Pass review. I think the TSG Pass is a goated helmet to this day. I still have this exact same one. I think this is before I go run over with the bike. Um, but yeah, it's still goated. I really want to get the new one. Apparently, it's better according to TSG, but also worse according to everybody else. I don't know who to believe, so I want to believe in myself. So I want to get one to review. So yeah, let me check out this clip, bro. Here's when I started kind of getting good at skateboarding, bro. Wasn't the best, but I was getting better. But I was cheating. Those wheels are really slidey and easy to control. So yeah. Seismic Lockturn. Lockturn is still really sick. Um, Still very grippy, still very sharp. I don't have Lockturn on any of my boards. I think I've decided to stop supporting Seismic as a company because Seismic doesn't send out products to reviewers. So it's kind of like, why should I help you when you don't help me? But Seismic Lockturn is good. It is sharp. It is durable. Doesn't stick well to like complex concaves, which you guys already know. And yeah, my feelings on it haven't really changed. So it's still a bit to apply. You still walk away with like battle scars. I think there are very few times I've ever applied Seismic where like I didn't graze like my knuckles on it and bleed. It's kind of like a double-edged sword, but like it's great grip tape. I really want to try Scythe grip tape, so there's that. Um, what's next? Oh wow, I had this whole like thing. The best cruiser ever made. The best cruiser ever made. Comet Cruiser. I still think the Comet Cruiser is the best cruiser ever made. It's still very goated. Um, Damn, I messed up. Yeah, I still think the Comet Cruiser is the best cruiser ever made. It's still extremely goated, and I can't recommend it enough if you can afford it. What I really don't like about Comet though is sometimes you have like wait times. So it's not, you don't really just walk in and buy it or like go online and order it. Let's see if it's even available today. Um, yeah, you see it's on pre. Oh, it's, I think it's available. Oh, 60-day delivery for new orders. That's very sad. This year we've seen a huge increase. Da da da. Um, okay. But yeah, I wish you could just buy it instantly, but unfortunately you cannot. But it's still a great cruiser, and I highly recommend it. Um, yeah, how do I feel about the Landiats El Peligro years after reviewing it? Literally 3 years. So number one, Dane Hanna, the skater whose promoted this is one of the good skaters. Such an incredible racer, such an incredible racist. It's a joke. That's a joke. Dane Hanna is not that word. But anyway, I still think it's a great board. Um, I think these days with ZM1s at least, um, 22.5 inches is such a large wheelbase, bro. It's such a large wheelbase. But at the time, it wasn't. Anyway, it's such a sick board, and I like it. But I still think that it's too narrow. But it works for him, but it's too narrow. What's next? Let's see. Dude, crazy amount of tutorials, bro. Crazy amount of tutorials. Quake Killers. Man, look at me, bro. Look at what I was doing, bro. This was in the new house. I got like a light finally. Yeah, the camera. I think I was using a GoPro now. It looked a little bit better. But yeah, man, reviews have anyway. The Quake Killers, bro. I think they're awful wheels. I think you have far better options that slide smoother, roll faster, are not as durable. But these things just honked, bro. They were so violently grippy. Yeah, I think you can do way better these days, and that's a good thing. That's what we call progression. Yeah, can't believe Nick Broms used to like stand up slide those wheels. He's a crazy guy. Slide Perfect Pro Flux review. Not grippy. I really liked these wheels a lot. They're great for stand up slides. They're quite durable. They didn't chunk and they were cheap. So what more do you want? Nothing changed. Um, Powell Peralta Snakes. I still really liked these wheels. I still think they're super slow. That hasn't changed for me. They work great on the Comet Cruiser, but I think slightly faster rolling wheels could probably work get great better on the Comet Cruiser. But these things slide crazy, so they stay on the Comet Cruiser. So yeah, Easy Hogs review. I don't know exactly what I said in the video review, but these things are absolutely trash, bro. I hate these wheels. And I'm being a little bit unfair. I'm being a little bit unfair, but hear me out. The reason I hate these wheels is that once you wear them down a little bit, and they're not the most durable wheels, so they do wear down quite a bit, they absolutely suck to push around, bro. They absolutely suck to push around. They have no momentum retention. It's like it feels like you're pushing stones that have been, have been like chiseled down into the shape of a wheel. It's the worst pushing experience I've had, and I'm getting like PTSD right now, bro. They're actually they're actually awful. When they're fresh, they kind of slide okay. The roll speed is kind of manageable. Um, Maybe if you're learning to slide, they're like good on a hill. You don't end up going all that fast, so they're reasonable. But like honestly, I the only reason I reviewed them is number one, I got a couple free sets from Lanyards. I think as a team rider at the time, you're guaranteed like 6 sets of wheels a year, or like not a year, or like once in a while or something like that. And they'd throw in like some easy hogs for me, which was cool. But and then I also got them on a bunch of like cruisers and stuff like that. But bro, they sucked, bro. They actually really sucked. I'm not gonna lie. I think they've changed them up a little bit, but I don't know how much they don't suck anymore. But bro, I thought they were kind of I just don't like them, bro. I don't know what I said, but I'm telling you right now, I don't like those wheels, bro. I don't like those wheels. Um, but they slide okay, so that's cool. What's next? We have the Free Wilco Free Doms. I got these for free from my boy Connor. Shout out Connor. Connor Love. Hope you're doing well, bro. Um, yeah, dude. I guess I don't like thinny wheels. Not because they thin, but because they're not durable and they end up like killing so much of your speed. Um, yeah, I don't know. These just weren't all that fast. I don't see the hype. I don't see them being worth the money. I don't get it. If I want to like if if I want, I don't know, bro. Like I just don't see the appeal. As well, like wheels don't really thin for me here in Kenya, so they end up being not that exciting to skate. So this did thing for me, which is cool, but like it's lines on the ground, bro. If I wanted to be excited with lines on the ground, I'd go with like chalk and like draw it on the ground. Uh, Dude, in fact, there's a video of some guys drawing chalk on the ground that's more exciting than the free wheel core wheels. Yeah, let's see this. Let me see. I haven't watched this video in ages. I'm gonna save this to watch for later. Um, where is it? Here, I think. I'd rather buy a piece of chalk like these guys than to skate thinny wheels for the sake of drawing lines on the road. Unless it was like 100-foot slides, then I guess then that's actually pretty impressive. But otherwise, it's just kind of boring. Anyway, we'll watch this video later. What's next? Dark Matter grip tape review. I still think Dark Matter is really good grip tape, but one thing that I've been able to experience with skating them for years is that they're actually not that it's not as durable as compared to Lockton. Lockton stays the same forever. Like you put Lockton on your board in like 2000 BC, and in 2000 AD it'll still probably be the same. Like Jesus could have skated that grip tape and then have it handed down throughout the generation of apostles or whatever, throughout the generations of prophets, and the Pope could be skating that grip tape and it will be the same. But dark matter does wear down a little bit, so you end up with your grip tape not being all that sharp after a long time, like even like a year's worth of skating, but you will notice it. So that's the thing. I also really want to try Scythe, but yeah, I'm still using dark matter because I had like a bunch. I got like a lot, and I got some on the low from Rocket. But yeah, it does wear down a little bit, so that's just something to keep in mind. But yeah, Lockdown is the best. I don't know about Scythe, so there is that. Rogue Precision Slalom Trucks review. Actually, doing this review, I actually didn't end up liking Rogue Slalom Trucks all that much, the 2020 slalom trucks. Um, we're trying to get some footage. I didn't end up liking them all that much. Like, I didn't think they were that stable. I didn't feel as in control. But then over time, I ended up like tweaking one or two things, and I ended up skating them like last year a lot, and ended up really liking them. And they were some of my favorite trucks. Um, but ZM ones, I got ZM ones, and then I decided to sell my gold rogues, just so I could have a little bit of cash and pay for like shipping for some products. But yeah, man, I really enjoyed them actually. I came to like them far more than I did in this review. So I highly recommend them if you're looking to get into slalom downhill trucks, and they're pretty easy and straightforward to set up and easy to dial in once you understand some things. They're also good for stand-up slides. Um, yeah, so I really enjoyed my set quite a bit. Valkyrie MK3 Voxter trucks. Uh, yeah, so I actually really didn't like these trucks. Shout out Corner for sending me these trucks to review. They're actually pretty decent for freeride. They don't have they don't totally stop slop, but they had like great center, so kicking them out and holding a slide was pretty easy. But they didn't do anything that I didn't think my Cal threes uh, couldn't do. So I highly recommend them. So yeah, I highly recommend Cal threes, not Valkyrie Voxter MK3s. I didn't think they were worth the precision tag. So there's that. What's next, man? Wow, bro, we have like so many videos that have 12K, 15K, 23K views. Insane. Rocket micro review. Um, I think I probably said everything that I wanted to say about this deck then. Um, what do I think about it? Yeah, I think it's a little bit too light, bro. I think I'm happy with the direction Rocket has gone these days. Like the decks back then were a little bit too skinny, a little bit too light, and not as durable. So with this board, like you know, for sure, like if you'd run under a car, it was gonna get destroyed. But yeah, dude, and I didn't like the concave. I'm sure I said that in the review. I've given that board to someone else, and he's enjoying it. So yeah, man. Era Era RF1 review. I absolutely loved these trucks. I just think the ball pivot was an awful move. I don't understand why they went to the ball pivot instead of like a race style pivot that's in like the K5s and in other trucks as well. Like I just don't get it. I just don't get it. It makes them so unstable. But they did have a crazy strong center, which is pretty cool. Shout out to Abe Ant for sending me these trucks to review, and I gave them to another homie. Whoops. Whoops. I don't usually say whoops. Um, I only say that because the camera was rolling. Anyway, remember Collective Savannah Slammers? I actually really liked these wheels. They were actually pretty sick, man. Great for stand up slides and all that junk. But after trying them again, they actually have horrible roll speed and they're too slidey, I think. I think the slidiness I can deal with it. It's just the roll speed is so trash, dude. It's absolutely trash, but they're not bad. What's next? Remember Collective Optimals? I actually thought these wheels were pretty gutted, man, when I did try them. Let me see. What riding footage did I get? Man, I used to suck at skating, bro. I mean, I still suck at skating, but yeah, dude, like that was like one of the biggest slides I did at the time. So I was like really stoked with that. And I think this was on the MK3s as well. But yeah, this was sick. Let's see one more. Yeah, Optimals were pretty sick. Remember Collective, please come back. We miss you. Um, yeah, let's. Era P2 review. Maybe I didn't hammer this home during the product review, but I think it's such a big mistake that K Rhymes did not make these trucks adjustable with the width. Let me see. Yeah, like you could only get fixed widths, but if these were adjustable, there would be some of the best trucks. I don't know. Why am I saying some of the best trucks? I think if Era P2s came in like 150 millimeters, 160 millimeters, and were adjustable, I would still be having a set because they were actually very, very goated. They had such a strong center, had a very predictable lean, and they were actually sick to skate. They also needed a low angle base plate, but that 50-30 combo was actually not bad at all. I ended up selling my set, but I sold them and I then bought Ronin katanas, which were really sick for me at the time. Shout out Connor for sending me these trucks, gave them to me, which is sick. And shout out Larry for then buying them. I wish I could play around with these trucks again. And I wish I had a low angle base plate, like a 20-degree base. There's a lot of wishing going around, but if things were different, they'd definitely be some goated trucks. All they need, in my opinion, all they need is just like a 150 millimeter width, and they'd be like the go-to freeride trucks, bro. Like they were actually so good, and I had such a great time on them. I actually kind of wish. No, but I think I had 130 millimeters. I don't think there's much I could have done with that, bro. Like maybe just done some of the same writing I'm doing with ZM1s these days. So I don't know. Hardcore barrels review. I think these bushings are actually pretty goated, depending on the trucks you use them in. And I like that they have harder durometers these days. I got like a bunch from K Rhymes. Shout out K Rhymes. Thank you for the bushings. And I wish I got the harder durometers as well. I think they would have made life with my K5s, my P2s a little bit better. So yeah, I still think they're pretty great, and I wish I had more to experiment with. Paris V3 review. In my opinion, Paris trucks are one of the best all-around trucks. I think calibers are probably a little bit better for like free riding generally. I agree with everything I said in my review. I wish they had a slope stopping mechanism because that would have really taken them to the next level. A slope stopping mechanism like what we have in calibers, in Cal 3s, and in the Bear Gen 6. If they had that, they could have been way better. But they're still very good at trucks. And the crazy thing is because they don't have a slope stopping mechanism, I had such a hard time free riding them. I couldn't hold them sideways. Like they just would dive too quickly. I wasn't able to keep them balanced. But yeah, man. And the riding footage in my reviews has gotten like way better as well, bro. Like we improved, bro. Look at this slide. This is not a bad slide at all, bro. Bam. Apex. Anyway, they're pretty sick. But you can do way better. If you want to buy them for cruising, I recommend them. But if you're gonna buy cast trucks for downhill, you can't do any better than Caliber 3 trucks. Power Peralta, K Rhymes reviews. K Rhymer green wheels. My only regret was not harassing Kevin Reimer for more free wheels. These wheels were actually really dope. I really, really enjoyed them. And I wish I got to try the purple and yellow ones. I'm sure if I ask him, he'd be down to send me some. But I don't know, bro. Like, I'm not really pushing reviews out that much anymore. Am I that guy still? Um, I don't know. We'll see. Leave a comment if you'd like to see a Paul Peralta review from me, um, and I'll see what I can do. But yeah, I like the Cold Trotter Pro Model review. Shout out Liam. Liam sent me like so many trucks and so many and like a bunch of wheels as well for this review. And I really enjoyed the time this time frame when I had these products. It was quite stressful, like trying to like review so many things at once, but I really enjoyed it. And as far as this deck goes, I still really, really like it. But the number one thing that frustrates me about the Cold Trotter Pro model is the lack of torsional flex. I think having a torsionally rigid deck pays dividends in your riding experience and makes it easier to hold out slides, and you don't have to uh, balance as much. So that's my main beef with this deck. It's sick, but torsional rigidity is not there. So if they could fix that, um, they'd be making a lot of people very happy. So I hope they fix that eventually. I don't know. They haven't really Cold Shoulder Prism. They haven't really gone out of their way to change anything, and it works well for Cole. So I don't think they will. But if you can get it wrapped, do it. But yeah, dude, they need like 2 plies of high density top veneer, whatever the F they put in that deck. Caliber 3 Longboard Trucks review. The only thing I wish I'd said in my review is that these trucks are absolutely goated. Shout out Caliber for making some of the best cast trucks, for giving us a lot of options, for keeping them with the Randall geometry so you can like still pair it with like a low angle Randall plate. But these are some of the best cast trucks and I can't recommend them enough. They're so good for freeride. They're so good for hands down downhill. And if you're learning to slide, like this is what I recommend. Like I used to get Bear Gen 6 trucks for free, but they're just not as good as the Caliber 3 trucks, especially because of the other options that you can get when you go with that Randall geometry, with a truck that uses that Randall geometry. But yeah, I'm sad I didn't shill and hype them up enough, but I thought they were so sick. Let me see some riding footage. Yeah, I haven't really been doing stand-up slides these days, bro, but I miss who I was 3 years ago, bro. Wasn't the greatest toe sides, but not bad at all. What's next? Lanyard's free dive review. I cannot tell you what I said in this review, but thank you to everybody who liked the video. I had a lot of fun with this deck. I still think the free dive is a good deck. Yeah, but I really don't like the cheap ass not the cheap ass construction, but the way they constructed the board and the way they shaped the rails. It just you got like a torsionally rigid deck, but it felt like it was easy to snap, and it had snapped for like 1 or 2 people. Um, but yeah, I really, really did enjoy skating it. I did sell it, but I thought it was a great deck. And if they could make one like this without the drops, that would be fantastic. So yeah, Bear Gen 6. Um, I think, what do I think about the Bear Gen 6 trucks? I think they are still pretty good. I think they're pretty good. One thing I did learn after a couple of years of shilling the plug barrel bushings that the plug barrel bushings actually suck. The plug barrel bushings are actually a little bit smaller than the regular barrel bushing that's supposed to go in your truck, and that throws off the geometry a little bit. And when you put a plug barrel broadside in your truck, you end up with like a you end up with like a little bit of a dead zone because the geometry shifts a little bit in your trucks, and then you have to tighten the trucks. You have to tighten the kingpin down to get rid of that dead zone. So they ended up not performing all that well. What actually works way better in this modern age is you get like normal barrels, you get a parts riser insert, you throw it in there, and you forget about it, and it works just as good. The rebound, I haven't tested it. I don't remember exactly, but last time I skated it, it wasn't as much of an issue. So yeah, what was I doing in this review, bro? Like I used to put so much effort, bro. And you guys liked it, man. 219 likes. Thanks, man. Maybe we'll do videos like this again. But I don't know, bro. Let's see. This was with Alex. Hey, what's up, Alex? Anyway, I think Bear trucks are still like way better. Um, No, sorry. I think calibers are still way better because you then have access to Randall geometry trucks. Like you could use Paris hangers on your caliber plates, or caliber hangers on your Paris plates, or caliber hangers on Bodnamic plates, and so on and so forth. So yeah, The only reason I shilled so hard for Bear is because I was on the team and I was getting like free stuff. And I also thought they were going to release the 30-degree plate. And they didn't release the 30-degree plate until last year. And I think I joined Bear Trucks and Lanyards in 2020. And then I left. And then like a couple of years later is when they finally brought them, which is diabolical, guys. They should have been out when you said you're going to bring them out. Um, but yeah, I think also one thing I regret is you see the 130 millimeter version, right? So you know how we're running like cone bushings in our ZM1s these days. If I was able to, uh, what do you call it? If I was able to get my hands on a set of 130 millimeter trucks with a 30-degree rear base plate, I think I'd be able to dial them in. In this review, I ended up really not liking them for downhill. I didn't have enough lean and I didn't have enough turn, so I ended up not feeling comfortable doing hands down stuff on them. Doing stand up slides, they felt fine, but like I'd go to do a hands down slide and it felt like my board was lagging. There was just not enough lean, so I ended up really not liking them. So yeah, there's that. Yeah, man. What else can I look at? Lean cheetah hogs are good. They are good, but they don't have much grip. Um, let's go. What else did I review? Um, Precision Ronins. But let's take a segue um, to this video. Brief segue to, yeah, dude. I was trying like a different style of video. Um, yeah, I looked at this syndicate stuff, whatever, blah blah blah. I don't know what shit I was talking, bro. Let's see. Truth. Oh, I should probably also talk about the price of these boards, but they're all like surprisingly priced very decently, like pretty affordably. Okay, anyway, so we have the truth. It's about 9.25. I was just yapping as usual, and I was starving to produce content, bro. Like, what kind of content is this reacting to the new Madrid downhill boards, bro? I mean, it got views, but like, I was gasping. I was gasping for content, bro. I was trying to like release a video once a week, bro. Stressing myself. But yeah, I did end up buying the Motorist, and I thought it was pretty sick. It's like if they made the Cold Trotter, but better. Um, yeah. Anyway, talking about precision Ronins. As you can see, I had put on quite a bit of weight, bro. I'm looking chubby, chubby as hell. Holy, dude, I was fat, bro. Fat. See, guys, this is why you shouldn't be in a relationship. Like, you just gain weight, and nobody tells you that you gain weight, bro. Like, look at this. Look how fat I was. Am I still fat? No, I think I've slimmed down a little bit. Yeah, I've definitely slimmed down a little bit. Anyway, enough roasting myself. Um, yeah, precision Ronins, bro. Like, what was I doing? Like, that's actually insane. 330 likes and 8.2k views. Um, yeah, okay. Yeah, I had a great time on these trucks. This is in the review, by the way. But I was trying them with HPF bushings, and I didn't end up liking them. Then this is how Diego had his setup, and I was just having like a wild time. Man, I miss these days, bro. I was like a local celebrity, skating like often, trying products, just burning through my savings like insane. But I don't know if we should talk about the review now. But yeah, dude, Ronins are pretty sick, but I ended up not liking them. I had 4520 and I ended up like selling them because they just didn't turn enough for me. 4520 wasn't turning enough for me. 4525 apparently is quite turny, but also quite stable. Um, so yeah, maybe I should have tried that, but I could not find a 25-degree plate, bro. Like I searched for that stuff. I begged people. No one was gonna sell me a 25-degree plate. Like it was so hard to get. And then I also paid $500 for these trucks, and I bought them secondhand, bro. Like I was starving, bro. All this thanks to the influence of Diego Poncelet, Nick Broms. I thought like if I had Ronins, I'm gonna be able to skate like them. No, bro. I didn't skate like them. They only skate like that because they built different, bro. They absolutely built different, bro. They're just different individuals, bro. They're just aliens, bro. Aliens dropped them from the alien spaceship onto Earth just to torture us mortals with like hoping we'd be as good skaters as they are, but just no. But yeah, man, I ended up selling them. They actually don't have a strong center. So like they're stable, like in a straight line, they'd want to stay in a straight line, but they actually don't have a strong center. So like when it came to freeriding them and doing big stand-up slides, unless I was using harder bushings, um, I wasn't really getting a great center point. So they're not the best for freeriding, even though I did spend a lot of time freeriding them, and I'd go to other trucks before I go back to Ronin's if I wanted to freeride on a smaller wheelbase and in a freeride board in a narrow form factor. So there's that. And yeah, they just kind of, I didn't like the maintenance, dude. Like you hear about it every day, bro. Like you have to with run-ins as well. Like if you want that top tier performance, you have to maintain them like every now and again. Like look, the website isn't even up, and you need you guys already know all this anyway. You need specific parts for them. Um, oh, the website is up. Okay, here we go. So you need specific parts for them, and you need to be buying bushings for them. What I realized is that you probably need to be replacing the bushings every 8 to 12 months, and they're like $10 each. And I mean, it's not a lot if you're in the States, right? And you have a decent job, like you can spare like what, $50 in the span of a year. You can spare it, right? But I live in Kenya, my money doesn't go as far. So if I spend $20 on bushings, then I have to get them shipped out here, and then I also have to buy like replacement. What do you call it? Replacement parts like the Pro Tune-Up kit. So I'm spending $75 a year, bro. Like what? Forget about it, bro. I didn't want that stress. There's just too much wear and tear and parts to replace for it to make sense for me in the long term. And they did the one thing that they didn't do the one thing that was important to me, which was being stable and also turning aggressively. So when I went to the Philippines, I had a hard time with them. When I came back, I literally just sort of put on my gold rogues and in my mind like switched, and I was like, I'm gonna dial these in and skate them for as long as I can. I have a question in the chat. What's your next option? Independent trucks? What's this in relevant? What's this in relation to, Danny? Let me know. All right. So what's next? 88 Wilco Mavericks. So did I like these wheels? Um, yeah, dude. These wheels are probably what I'd say are a better version. These wheels were actually really decent. I will say this though. When I got these wheels, when Aided Wilco sent them to me, they were actually insanely grippy out of the box with the skin. Like some of the grippiest wheels I've ever tried. But then with subsequent uh, Mavericks that I've tried throughout the years, that grip hasn't been consistent. So, like with the last set, like they broke traction a little bit too easily, even with the skin. So, yeah. Anyway, I actually like them more than I did in the review. The roll speed I still think is absolute trash, but they've been such fun freeride wheels. They thane a lot as well, which has been pretty dope. And there's some videos of me thaning out, skating them as they thane out there. Let me see if I can pull them up. But I've really, really enjoyed them. And do I recommend them? They're easy to flat spot. For a wheel that you're probably going to spend more time like stand up sliding on your small freeride board, these are really easy to flat spot. And unless you're like on point with the skating, I don't recommend them. But yeah, I mean they're pretty nice. I'd buy them over like Kegels, because Kegels are a little bit inconsistent in the slide, but these are actually quite consistent, and I really did enjoy them years later. What's next? Let's do Moonwalkers. So, aided Wilco Moonwalkers. I did some of my biggest stand up slides on these wheels, and I still think they're like really good. They're really good for sliding, very consistent wheels. They don't wear all that Oh, Danny's asked me another question. If you don't use Ronin, which brand trucks would I use? So these days I'm using ZM1 Precision trucks from Rogue, and I'll talk a little bit about them later on as we get to that review. But let's finish talking about the 88 Wilco Moonwalkers. Yeah, these wheels are actually pretty sick. You can slide them close to 90 degrees without getting them to ice out. I actually thought they were good. I just wish they came in like a bigger form factor. Like they're not all that durable and they wear down a little bit too quickly for my enjoyment, and also the roll speed kind of sucks. Uh, and yeah, would I buy them again? No, I wouldn't, but if I got a set for free, I would enjoy them thoroughly. So, yeah, let's talk about Supreme Hogs. Apart from Cheetah Hogs, these are some of the few Landyards products that I actually enjoyed. I think they're people say they're cheap Chinese mids, but in my opinion, even if they are, they're good cheap Chinese mids. Like they have decent roll speed, they slide pretty decently, they're pretty consistent. The only problem is that they wear a little bit quickly, but dude, they're actually sick. I really enjoyed them. Had so much fun doing like stand up slides and all that stuff. Like look at this. Look at this skating, bro. This is on my cruiser board, bro. Like with no foot stop, just vibing, just having the time of my life. And I really enjoyed them. So I'd recommend them if they're on sale or if you can get some for super cheap. Um, let's see. Let's see if they're on sale or yeah, no, I wouldn't pay 60 euros for them. Like that's crazy. Um, yeah, I would not pay $54 for Supreme Hogs. I'm sorry. Yeah, I don't recommend them. I would not pay that much for these wheels. They're like 30, $40. But maybe I'm out of touch. Wait, how much are like freeride wheels these days, bro? Perhaps I'm out of touch. Perhaps I'm out of touch. Let me just make sure that I'm not talking out of my ass. One sec, guys. Let's see. I mean, you can get blank slates for like much cheaper. Mangers Drift Series. Let's see. Let's see. Change the price, bro. This is what I don't like. Okay, we'll just do this. Let's see. You can get blank slates for much cheaper. I hate my life. Yeah, $40, bro. You can get blank slates for $40. And then you want me to spend $60 on Supreme Hogs. Forget it, bro. That's madness. That is a sickness, bro. Shout out Blank Wheelco for being cheap. And you can get these wheels for like what's this, like $60, $50? Like nah, I would not spend that much on Supreme Hogs. That price is deadly. Yeah. Prism Owen Fox board review, man. I still think this board is actually really sick. I think it's needs to be updated for modern riding standards. You know, wheelbases like 20 inches and lower. Um, what did I put? What did I? Let's get some riding footage. But maybe I didn't say it in the review, but it has a little bit of torsional flex. Okay, I'm 100% sure I said that. And I've come to feel that torsional flex is a big deal breaker in downhill boards, for me at least. And if a board has torsional flex, I'd rather not ride it at all. I've been riding a proto board that has a bit of torsional flex, and it's definitely genuinely impacted my riding experience. I have to sort of balance my back foot a little bit more in slides. I just can't like crank it, like put my weight down. You know, I have to balance a little bit, and it has not been good. So, because it has a bit of torsional flex, would I recommend it as is? No, I would not. I think they can do a little bit better, in my opinion. But it's a sick board. What's next? 88 Wilco Maverick. We already talked about Mavs, didn't we? Blood Orange Drift Series. These wheels are actually so good, bro. They're actually so good. And perhaps I didn't shill enough for them when they first dropped, but these wheels were actually so goated, such a buttery sliding experience. And yeah, I can't recommend them enough. Not durable at all, almost guaranteed to get them to flat spots if you're a beginner, but like they just slid for days on days on days on days. Let me see if I can. We'll get some riding footage later. But yeah, Pantheon Nexus. I actually really like this board. I absolutely like this board. I don't think I've put out a review for it, but I it's actually genuinely one of my favorite boards in my quiver because it's just such a different riding experience and it's so fun to skate. Like if you take it down like your usual downhill spots, you can't turn in as aggressively. You can still turn in. You can't ride as aggressively, and it wants to slide out a little bit easier than these like small downhill boards. Um, so you're sort of riding that fine line between grip and slip a little bit more. So it's super fun. It's super comfortable to ride, and once you dial it in, it's actually very fun for downhill, and it's fun to like make my friends ride this board uh, down a hill, and like what's the word? Yeah, make my friends ride this board, take runs down the hill with this board. Like it's actually so sick, and yeah, if you're not like trying to race, if you just want to have a fun time, like dude, get a double drop. It's so much fun, and I wish we had like though like there was like a community fund around communities for downhill around the world, because this would be such a fun board to just have around and just to like do fun challenges on in different communities. Like it's actually so sick, and yeah, I can't recommend it enough. Not for serious downhill riding, but just purely for fun, purely for free ride. Like it's such a different experience. So yeah. Let me see. Let me see. Let's go to reviews. Shark wheels. So I don't think I did a proper review of Shark wheels, but yeah, these wheels are trash. Um, they're absolutely trash. What else do I have to say? Okay, they're not absolutely trash. They actually work decently in the rain, but honestly, I don't think they're worth the money. Just I don't know, bro. They're trash, and they deserve all the hate they get. Um, so yeah, what what happened here? That's kind of funny. That's actually kind of funny. It's actually kind of funny. We got like almost 200 likes on this video. That's crazy. Um, uh, yeah, I did. Anyway, I had a fun time, but like, bro, there's better things. You could spend your money on better things if you're looking for them to slide. But they do work in the rain. But just because they work doesn't make them better than other wheels, you know. But they suck for sliding. Yeah, we already did Owen Fox review. Let's see the Diego Pro. Now I'm pretty happy with what I said in the review. Um, Dude, my head is so round, bro. How could no one tell me that I gained like a lot of weight, bro? Like, you guys aren't real fans, bro. Real fans would tell me that I've gotten a bit fat. But yeah, Diego, shout out 9.81 for sending me this board for free. I actually really didn't like this board. Just the concave really wasn't it for me, but I absolutely loved the construction, even though it did reflect a little bit more road vibration than I would have liked. The wheel wells were also not deep enough for these running trucks. I was getting like wheel bites. But yeah, my biggest issue was the concave. I just thought the rails were a little bit sharp, uh, and I need all the assistance I can get for hillside and like squatting down. So that's why I didn't end up liking this board. But a lot of people do, so don't let my experience dissuade you too much. All right, Blood Orange Drift Series. As I told you guys, these wheels were actually so goated and so fun. The roll speed was so decent. They were actually decently durable. And they're actually quite controllable, and they just slid for days, bro. Like, you need some skill to keep them in check, but like the slide was like so easy. Oof. Like just butter, bro. Just went sideways for days, bro. No stress. And I wish I got more sets. The reason that I'm not saying they're some of the best wheels ever is just that they're so easy to flat spot. Like I flat spotted them like one set, and that was it. Like boom, flat spot. That easy. That easy. But yeah, I do think they're gutted, and I wish I shield a little bit more for them. I wish I wasn't as impartial as I was. The slide perfect supremacies were actually pretty good as well. They were quite consistent. What was I doing here? Bro, I had the black pants, the black shoes, um, black knee pads. Where's the black t shirt, bro? Need to get out that blacked out swag, booger. Um, but yeah, these wheels are actually pretty sick. If you're in the UK, I actually do recommend you try a set. I don't think they're in stock anymore, but they're decent freeride wheels. And I had such a fun time on them. My only beef is that they actually did sort of wear down a little bit too quickly, but they're decent wheels. And I did get them for free, so do keep that in mind. If I did spend my own money, maybe I wouldn't be as happy. Shit, I'm getting a phone call. It's about tomorrow's skate session, so I hope you guys don't mind if I take it. Yo, what up, man? How are you? I'm doing good.
My friend actually says,
Yeah,
anataka mumpiki tao.
your
Yeah,
friend gani?
nimepata huyo third party.
Sawa, he's okay with the budget of
Yeah,
900.
I work with friends who are okay with budget.
It's
If
good,
you're
bro.
not okay with budget, go and skate alone.
Yeah, no more broke boys, eh?
No,
Sawa,
no, no.
utani.
Where mnatokea side gani?
So we're going to Muranga. So
Eh?
tunaenda Muranga. So I'll pick,
Anasema
yeah,
tao. Wewe
Tao.
unatoka side gani? Gari inatoka side gani?
So we'll pick people up at uh your skate park inaitwaje? Your
Bas mali we dropped the win last time.
yeah.
Bas atakuwa hapo.
And you? Wewe utakuwa wapi?
Mimi utanipik Juja.
Sawa, haina shida. Alright, bro.
Okay.
Alright, sawa, kesho. Text me his number.
Okay.
Aya, sawa, poa.
Sawa.
Right. Yeah, so tomorrow's skate session as well. We're now hanging out with rollerbladers, just um, so that we have people to skate with. Cause like all the longboarders are broke as hell, bro. It's kind of hard to like have um to have like enough people filling the car so that fuel is affordable, and I'm not always paying so much. So now we're skating with rollerbladers, but the rollerbladers are also like a different beast altogether. They don't care about safety as much as we do, and I always feel like super harsh, like screaming at people like, yo, don't break lane, yo, don't do blah blah blah, and when those things should be really obvious. Anyway, back to the review. We got some questions in the chat. I saw someone delete a message. I missed it. But yeah, are there kids 9 to 12 years old in my community into skateboarding? Yes, dude. There's actually like a pretty healthy street skating community in Kenya. But because I do mostly downhill, and downhill is quite dangerous, we don't have too many people doing it, and no kids as well. But yeah, there are a lot of kids doing street skating. But yeah, man, where were we? We're looking at the slide perfect supremacy. Dude, 60 pounds? 60 pounds? Bro. You see, at least spadeboards, you can buy them for 40 pounds, bro. But 60 pounds, oh, they're out of stock. But 60 pounds? Maybe I'm out of touch. Maybe I'm the one who's just been getting too much free product. But 60 pounds? No. Anyway, Slide Pucks explained. Shout out Garrett or Gago from Nemo Products for sending me like so many pucks to like try out. Um, you're very kind and they're very useful. Nemo Products pucks are very very sick, very very good. Um, but I think if you guys were here at the beginning of the stream, like I told you, I don't like pucks that are too slidey, right? Nemo pucks were too slidey for me, and I had a hard time sort of balancing. In fact, I don't think this is the fault of Nemo pucks, but I went skating 3 months ago, and I'd been skating these pucks called I forget what they're called, but they're so good. And I took them off and I put Nemo pucks on for a couple runs, and I went to put my hand down, and like I went over like a road imperfection, and because the pucks were so slidey, like my hand slipped out a little bit too easy, and I dislocated my shoulder, or rather subluxed my shoulder, and then like it immediately like relocated back again. And I don't want to say that it's the fault of super slidey pucks, but that's what happened. So pucks that aren't too like grippy or aren't too slidey, just like a perfect middle ground, are what I like. But of course, it also depends on the road. When I went to the Philippines and we were skating concrete roads out there, the best pucks to use were the white Nemo pucks. Everything else like kind of caught. So you needed really slidey pucks. Otherwise, you're just going to be like you're just gonna be losing pucks on the concrete and on like cracks. You just needed super slidey pucks. So there's that. Rocket, longboards, Rhino. Um, my only regret in this review is not telling you guys how goated this board is. I genuinely think this is probably the best downhill board ever made, right? If they re-release this board with wheelbase options from like 21 to 19, it'd probably again be the best board for the modern era. Like it's so so good. The concave is so so comfortable. Like you step on this board and you're like, yeah, okay, this kind of makes sense. The heel concave, there's concave there, but it's still very mellow as well. Toe side concave is a little bit steep, but it doesn't stop you from doing like toe side stand up slides or something like that. You have a little bit of rocker in the back that acts like a foot stop, but you can always add your own top block, which I have. So honestly, it's just repeatedly, in my opinion, it's repeatedly proven to me that it's the best board for downhill. I just keep coming back to it. I try out the boards, I try to make custom boards, but just the Rhino is just like, well, I don't even know how they stumbled across this piece of gold, but it's just, and I just wish I could shill for it even more in this video. So yeah. All right, let's go. Pantheon Tortuga. I one sec. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, Pantheon Tortuga. This is actually such a sick downhill board. The construction is it's so sick, bro. Like the construction is so good. And I think the shape of the tail is so sick as well. My only beef with it, as I did say in the review, was the taper. The taper was absolutely atrocious. I really hate it, and I've said this repeatedly to Jeff from Pantheon. If they made this board without the taper, I would absolutely buy it, but they're not. So here we are. But I think like the slalom tail is just would probably be like the way to go. I wish a company took a chance and made like a slalom tail downhill board like this, with like modern era mounting options with the option for a weight, and just just I don't know, just make it happen. Just made it happen because like everyone's running top blocks these days. So why not just have like a race tail that's way more natural feeling, way more accessible than a talk block ever could be, way much less effort. Like you don't need to be messing with Velcro, weird like foams and all that stuff. Like you just put together your board, simple, and you have a great time. Like I just think it's ingenious. So yeah, man. But that taper was atrocious. I wonder if I'd still hate it these days. I did sell the board to like some homies in the Philippines, and they're enjoying it. So yeah, but definitely, if they just got the taper right, it could be a top 10 board, like best ever top 10 board. You know what I mean? I just need to see the. Yeah, dude. Maybe I shouldn't have given mine away and should have just been skating it. Like, no, but that taper is just atrocious, dude. Cause it's 9.1, like at the widest. Let me see. It's 9.1 at the widest, and then nah, dude, it's too much. Anyway, I kind of regret selling it, but also I don't. So there's that. All right, so we kind of slowed down on reviews. Um, After 2 years ago, I was experiencing a little bit of burnout, but I was trying to keep it going, trying to keep it going. So yeah, next review, blank slates. I think blank slates are good wheels. Um, Super fun when fresh, pretty grippy, pretty fast as well. But once like the skin goes, they slide super easy. And they're great for doing stand-up slides and all that junk. I don't know if what happened. I don't know if I talked about this in the review, but like I had such a good time. They're also so consistent, like when you put them sideways and so easy to sort of control. Uh, so yeah, man. And this is when I finally started using my DSLR for videos, man. I was so handsome. Look, you can see me so clearly, bro. Amazing. Um, yeah, dude. Like blank slates, so good. Highly recommend them, and I will forever shill for them. Like they're actually so good. Like look at that, bro. And I was doing that on Ronins, on trucks that I wasn't really like feeling all that comfortable on, bro. Look at this guy just breaking lane. Oh no, I waved him through. But yeah, dude, look at that two side. Look at this guy, feeling all hot, feeling all. Look at this guy, bro. He'll be skating better now wherever he is in the world. But yeah, let me show you what my most proud slide on these wheels. Anyway, next product. Wow, 88 Wilco gummies, bro. Let me tell you about a product I absolutely hate. It's the 88 Wilco gummies. Like I don't know what. So you know when people say like when you do a review, you can't always be partial, right? This is what they mean. If you get products for free, you can't always be partial. This is what they mean. Now, I want to tell you guys that these bushings are actually absolutely terrible. During the review, I was kind of making them work, kind of trying really hard to make them work. But I don't want to say I wasn't totally honest, but I felt like I was in a place where it was easier for me to uh maybe not lie, but like I wasn't as brutally honest as I am now. And because I wanted to like them, I maybe didn't wasn't as harsh as I should have been in the review. And also because I was talking with the product designer a lot and he was making a lot of promises, I was like, okay, if they do this and do that, okay, then the future will probably be really, really good with these bushings. Instead of just taking them, instead of looking at the future and saying, oh, it could be like this, um, I should have just been like, okay, here's the present, here's what we have to work with. I don't know what they're like, Leo, in the Caliber Precisions, but they're actually quite trash. So the reason I think they're trash is that they run quite soft. So the 90A, the 90A, uh, the 90A versions, right? I actually feel like 85A HPF barrel bushings, right? So they actually run quite soft. So you end up having to run them quite soft. And the other thing is when it comes to like rebound and how they support you through the lean, they have a little bit more rebound, whilst at the same time not supporting you as much. So it's kind of like they bounce you around a lot, but don't provide enough support for whatever durometer they are. So it's kind of like this weird sort of middle ground. And I literally have like a bag of them. Like when I'm setting up people with like trucks and stuff like that, I or like setting up people with like cruiser boards, stuff like that. I tend to give them away for free. But like when it comes to people who actually want to do hardcore downhill or who are serious about the type of riding they want to do, I would not put these bushings in their trucks. I only put it if I know, hey, this guy is not gonna care if it's like good or bad. Okay, but yeah, I don't think they're that great. I also don't think you have enough of like a lineup in order to feel satisfied as a rider or get like exactly what you need. If you're 95A bushing, at least for me, I'm like 80 kg now, and the 95A bushing feels like a 90A Venom. If I put that in my truck and I'm not getting enough support, like like there's nothing of use to me. So I'm being quite harsh now, I know, but genuinely, I think they're very capable of making a better product, and these are okay, but I just don't like them. I don't know what they're like in like the caliber precisions. I know they run tolls, but I would not I would not use them much or at all. I will also say in this video where I'm skating the 70mm wheels, these wheels are the excuse me, I have a bit of a cold. Those wheels are the Vipers, and the Vipers were actually really sick freeride wheels. Yeah, you see me here doing all sorts of stand-up slides and stuff like that. I actually thought they were really sick. They have like an amazing roll speed, like for their size. Actually, some of the fastest wheels. What else? The slide is very consistent, and I felt very, very confident kicking them out and doing big slides with them. When I went to the Philippines, they're the freeride wheels I went with. They're actually quite durable, and yeah, they're actually the antithesis of the gummies. So yeah, I had such a great time on them, and yeah, they're a great freeride wheel. How much are they going for? Let's see the price. $60. Would I pay $60 for these? If they were like 50, 55, maybe. But yeah, they're actually great wheels. So there's that. Man, the viewership has dropped once I started hating on 88 Wilco. Crazy. Let's talk about running katanas. Or I suppose I already did. I already told you guys everything. Wow, dude, like you can see the color grading and everything, bro. I was trying hard, bro. My shitty PC was working so hard to color grade all these videos. Insane. And it didn't end up looking all that great also. So that's kind of funny. But yeah, we already talked about running katanas, so you can always rewind the video if you want to learn more about them. Let me talk about the Set Skate Mercenary Glove. So this was like a low-key sort of sponsored placement for for this review, and I ended up really not liking these gloves all that much. Like in theory, having like your tips covered like that does do a lot for durability, but then now with like grabbing the board, it makes it so weird. Like grabbing toe side or even grabbing heel side, it makes it so weird, and also just picking up stuff. So I actually didn't end up liking it all that much, and that's what I'd say from this review. And actually, the best gloves that I've ever tried are the Rizla and Ritalin gloves. Let's see if they come up. See if they come up, bro. Man, you see, it's not good to be honest, bro. We went from like 10, 11 viewers to like 4 viewers, bro. Never be honest again. I'll start lying, and it's you guys' fault. I'm just kidding. These are the best downhill gloves I've ever tried for a couple reasons. They're cheap. They cover like everything that I want. Like you get knuckles, you get like great ventilation. They're durable enough, and all that for the price of £25, which I think is about like 30 USD. Yeah, 30 USD. You don't get pucks, which is fair enough, but yeah, for 30 USD you get like a product that's actually super solid. So I actually really like them. What's left? Yeah, which is the best downhill race wheel? So having skated them all a little bit more, Oh, dude, I think this was after I got my PC. Is it? Yeah, this is the first video I did in 4K. I still hadn't figured out color grading properly, or like how to use like LUTs and stuff like that, and like the settings in Premiere Pro. So it looks a little bit weird. But out of these, I think the best downhill race wheel, at least for this time, is still the Venom Magnums. In my opinion, I still think they're so good and the best out of all of these. Yeah, so they got like the best test scores in this video or whatever, and the best all-around feeling. But there's a couple things that they did way better than the other wheels, which is that smoothness at the edge of traction and that smooth hookup. I'm able to carry a little bit more speed through corners as compared to all these other wheels. And after riding them for a longer time, if I was to go to a race, I'm definitely picking Magnums over like everything else. Probably like the more modern wheels, like the Super Mavericks or whatever they did Wilco wheels are called, and like the Deltas, the Seismic Deltas, like I'd pick them. I don't know, I'd pick the Magnums. Diego did say the Seismic Deltas don't sort of ice out as you get to that 90-degree angle when you're sliding. So there's that advantage, but I really don't know unless I get to try all three again. But yeah, as time has gone on, the alphas I haven't skated them as much because like the performance has kind of dropped off a little bit, and by performance I mean like they reflect a lot more road vibration now that I've worn them down a little bit, and they also don't feel as fast as the other wheels. I feel like they've lost so much momentum just because they started at 75.5 millimeters, so they've just gotten like so much slower, and also they're so small as well. I just don't feel like they're slowing me down as much, so there's that. And then the quays are still sick sideways, still so grippy, but the hookup is a bit aggressive, and also like I said in the review, they are so slow. Tiago says they're not actually slow, but Tiago, you're testing a new formula. And why are you testing a new formula for your wheels? Because this one is kind of slow, man. You have to admit it. The acceleration is not there. The top speed is pretty much as good as these other wheels, but like the acceleration, come on, Tiago. You know the truth. I just don't like how they be accelerating, and they're just quite sluggish. So if anyone wants to buy these two wheels off my hands, maybe I'll sell them and try use that to buy a modern race wheel. We shall see. Maybe I should throw in the Mavs as well. I'll ask around, see what people are thinking. But yeah. Yeah, man, Magnums are on top, but I really want to try the Deltas and the new 88 Mavs. But guys, call me a hater, because a hater is what I am. But if I try the Deltas, and if I do end up buying the sorry man, I have a bit of a cold that's not like going away. If I try the Big Mitty, right? If I try these wheels, if I have to buy them with money that I've earned myself, so this is like $100, and then this one's also like $100 or whatever. It's gonna load whenever it loads. If I have to buy them, I'm going to be extremely fair in the review. I'm going to be impartial, but what I will not be is kind. I will rub off the graphics, and I will give them a disingenuous name, so that number one, I'm not doing free labor for these companies, because it is free labor. And if the product ends up being better or ends up having like an advantage, and I'm here talking to you guys about in the video, I'm giving them free advertisement. Maybe, like I said in another video, I'm being entitled to wanting this product for free, but I'm providing a service for them. So, you know, I'll just be petty about it, but I'll be extremely fair with how I do it. But that's if I end up buying them, so we'll see. Anyway, let's keep going. Longboard weights. Longboard weights are actually extremely goated, and if you're freeriding a small board, if you're doing stand-up slides, you absolutely should be using a longboard weight. I actually struggled so much in making this video, not because the longboard weight was bad, but because of the wheels I was using the 88 Wilco Mav Pros, and I'll talk about them later as the review video I re-uploaded later on, but they weren't the best for freeriding. But yeah, if you're doing freeride on a narrow board, small race board, a weight does make a lot of sense and it will pay dividends and make things easier for you because it just adds so much center to like it just adds so much center. Like you have a much bigger balancing point, and holding out stand up slides is so easy. So I highly recommend them. Let's go. So I was supposed to do a Kuwait video, but it's been over a year. Gosh, it's been a year already since this video came out. Gosh, that's too much time. Dude, I was chubby, bro. Like, why did no one tell me I was chubby, bro? Like, what? I was so thick, bro. Anyway, I still think these wheels are pretty sick, but as I've already told you, and like some of the other stuff we chatted about already, the performance has dropped off a little bit. All right. Let's go to yeah. So this video is actually why I absolutely love the Pantheon Nexus. Like, I just had so much fun on this board. I didn't expect it to be this good skating it downhill. There was no leverage, so I this is my first run. I had no practice runs on this board, so I'm just kind of figuring it out now. And here I'm just scrubbing through that corner the whole time. Oh, it was so fun, bro. And I didn't have it set up perfectly, so it was a little bit unstable. And I was scared of tuck leaning as well. But gosh, I had so much fun, bro. Like so much fun. Sliding was different as well. How I had to place my weight was different as well. Like it was just a fun time altogether. So yeah. So happy we have this board in our community. Anyway, so the next review that I did, Rhino Racetail. My only regret is that I sold this board pretty soon after I finished the review. I didn't like it because it was so skinny, but I wish I held on to it for a little bit longer so that I could experiment with the narrow wheelbases more and with a board in that width. It was about like 8.3 inches where the heels went, and where my toes were, I think it was about 7.8. So if I had that board now, I'd be experimenting with how a super narrow board would feel. So there's that. What else? So that's the only regret I have. And Rocket is doing some crazier stuff now, but I think my review was pretty spot on. But also, I think I did a little bit of disservice to this setup because I wasn't super dialed in with my ZM1s, and having now understood my ZM1s better and knowing how to squeeze more performance out of them, I believe that my review would be a little bit different now if I was given this same board. So I kind of regret selling it so quickly, but I was very sure, and I needed the money. Like I had to pay shipping, and the shipping was way more expensive than I thought it would be, and I just wasn't comfortable not having that money in my bank as security. So yeah, let's talk about the Rogue ZM1, baby. You see, now this is actually now what I call one of my best reviews. And why I say one of my best reviews is because it looks great, but it has nice music. It has nice music. Out of your wheels. I don't think the ZM1s are gonna necessarily up your game all that much. They do offer some other performance benefits over other trucks. Yeah, nice music. It looks good, especially like it actually looks good. The riding footage looks good. I'm riding at a highish level or better than I ever have in this video. Timestamps are there, and I'm pretty thorough in the review as well. So I'd say it's one of my best reviews ever, and I do look like a competent skater as well. I also don't look too chubby. I look clean. I'm not clean shaven, but I actually look presentable, and I think looking presentable is a pretty good idea. So what are some things that I messed up in the review or that I now regret. So one thing that I do regret years later is not trying the cone barrel combination more, because that's what I'm running these days and it's actually amazing. And the only change that I've done is moving my footstop back a little bit. Yeah, so having moved my footstop back a little bit, using the cone barrel combination in the front truck has made things way better, and I'm able to skate these trucks very, very well. I'm also riding it a bit wider in the back, and yeah, just I didn't experiment with them enough, and I made an updated video which I did post. So that's all I regret with this video. Otherwise, I still think they're still amazing trucks, and I think this is an excellent review, if I do say so myself. So if you don't put anything into them, they're just gonna want to keep going straight, and in that way they're extremely stable, but you don't need that much of a... Yeah, I need to go back and watch this, bro. But yeah, I wish every review could be this high quality, but it's just not possible. Like, so much work goes into such a video like this, and it helps if there's no like fixed deadline. I'm trying to put out a video weekly, because you can just compile stuff over a longer time and then take time editing it, you know. So yeah, there's that. All right, so Rocket Dawn review, custom board. This is my custom Dawn, bro. Custom Dawn. Yeah, what I regret is I absolutely messed up with this board. I got it 8.7 inches wide, and damn, okay, this doesn't look bad at all, bro. Yeah, I got it 8.7 inches wide, and it was a mistake. I was able to skate this board pretty well on all my sports, and I was able to get used to it because I'm a competent rider, and that's what you do as a competent rider. You just adjust to whatever's under your feet. And the reason I went with an 8.7 inch wide board is because I thought it would be better for freeriding. And guess what? It was better for freeriding. But what I then lost was I lost what do you call it, quite a bit of stability, because with it being 8.7, it was wider than my ZM1 trucks, which truck at about 8.6 when you have it on the 110 millimeter option, and I think 8.3 when you have it on the 100 millimeter option. I could be wrong, so do let me know. But because of that, they over leverage the trucks. So when you're going fast or when you want to take a corner, you have to be... It's very easy to get the board sort of kick out and slide out from under you. It's very easy for you to over input into the trucks and have them do something you don't want to do. And that, the way that shows up is in a board that slides a little bit too easy, or like sometimes instability. And that's the problem with like not really matching and over leveraging your trucks. If I went with something like 8.6 or 8.5 or something with a little bit of taper, I'd probably have a way better riding experience. But yeah, with the way it is, I actually don't like it all that much. I'm hoping that I'll get some other precision trucks for it, because it is a great deck and I hate to see it go wasted. But yeah, in all my spots, like I was riding it fine. It's just when I went out to some new spots that were actually really fast and that I wasn't familiar with, that this board just became a liability for me. So yeah, if I could, maybe I should try trim it down, but then 8.7 to 8.6, like how much of a difference is that going to make? I also don't have the skills to do it, so I don't know, man. Anyway, we shall see. But yeah, that's my thoughts on it. Rhino did kill it with the construction and all that stuff, but I messed up with my choices. But in this game, you live and you learn, and I suppose I learned something. I just dropped the thing that I was fidgeting with. All right, what's next? Lorenzo Maverick Pro. My cold is revenging. My cold is absolutely revenging. So, yeah, I had to... what is happening with this phone, bro? So, yeah, I had to re-upload this video because... Yeah, the video I put out was misleading people, bro. Like the video I initially got with the Maverick Pros, I got some prototypes that was so good. It was, and I feel crazy every time I repeat this, because people's experience with the Mavic Pro is not the same at all. But the Mavic Pro prototype that I got was the fastest wheel I had tried at the time, the grippiest wheel I had tried at the time, and one of the best feeling wheels. Like the grip was aggressive, but it wasn't like it wasn't like it was like aggressive but consistent. Like you get into the slide, you get like sucked into the ground. It wasn't any of that choppy like slide you'd get with like the Kuwait Killers, for example. That choppy bouncy slide. It was very very consistent. It was so good, but the production model was nothing like that. K Rhymes told me that often hand poured prototypes tend to be way better than the finished product, and sometimes there's nothing you can do as a urethane manufacturer. That's just how things are. Anyway, I think this review is probably pretty spot on. Yeah, these wheels are pretty nice when your roads are clean, but you put any dust on that road and you end up with a wheel that slides quite inconsistently. You don't get any edge grip with this wheel. When your roads are clean, you get a little bit of edge grip, but with this, you don't get any edge grip. So you just kind of kick out. You don't know what angle you're sliding at. You don't know whatever you're sliding at. And when I was sort of learning to ride with a weight, it's actually the wheels, because I was using these wheels because I was literally given like 10 sets of them, which I then gave out to like the other riders in the community, but I had so many. This wheel was the factor holding me back. If I tried it with a different downhill wheel, I would have caught on much faster with weights and been more comfortable and had a better riding footage to show you in that video. But it really held back my riding experience, and I don't know what the quality of them is like these days. But this is not the yeah, I would hesitate to recommend this wheel, especially if you're somewhere where there's like a lot of dust in the roads. But if you're somewhere where the roads are pretty clean, Australia, Europe, because it rains a lot there, there's not so much dust in the air as well. I know about South America or Mexico, I would not then recommend these wheels. So yeah. Banana Wilco milkshakes. My only regret with this review is that I didn't shield harder for the Banana Wilco peels. I really, really enjoyed those wheels, and I can't recommend them enough. The roll speed was amazing. How they felt in the slide was amazing. They felt so consistent. Even when you get to like 90 degrees, they didn't slow you down all that much. They used to feign sometimes, and they didn't flat spot all that easy. Like they were genuinely good to wheels in my opinion. And this is another great review, I think. I think I did really well in this product review. But yeah, man, with my green shoes, my only regret was not getting enough footage for you guys for this review. But yeah, the roll speed is actually so good, bro. Definitely up there. I'd rather buy them over Snakes just because of the roll speed. But yeah, definitely goated. I still have a fresh set that I'm holding on to. I don't really have a free ride board per se at the moment. I have one set up with like Rogue V3s on Precision Bear trucks, 45-45. If I had 45-30, I would be free riding, but I don't. So that's the present situation. But yeah, that's me with which I don't know what trucks I'm using on this board. Probably Calibers, but I had such an amazing time on these wheels. Let's see if there's like other stand-up slide footage. No, it's just that's it. Oh, here it is. I got some of my biggest toe sides on these wheels, bro, and I was feeling so confident. Like, look at that. Wee! Dude, what trucks was I riding? Because I sold my Calibers. I'm so sure I sold my Calibers. I think I was using like... No, I don't know what I was using here, dude. What was I using? Was this before I sold my Calibers? No. This is way after. I have no idea, bro. Now I'm gonna have to stalk myself and see. I actually don't remember because those trucks look black. Oh no, those are Rogue V3s. The precision trucks, but with the Rogue precision trucks, but with a D-wedge in the back. Yeah. Anyway, speaking of Rogue V3 trucks, I did do a review of them, but I posted it live instead. So, and that was 10 months ago, bro. Crazy. This is insane. This is insane. Time flies by too quickly. So Rogue V3 Freeride Precisions, they're actually amazing trucks. But like I said in the review, and I really still agree with what I said in the review, they should come with a 30-degree precision base plate available. Rogue did promise to release a cast 30-degree version, but 10 months later they have not. So that's that. So I don't recommend them at all if you do get them. 5040 is very awkward to skate with unless you then de-wedge them, but I didn't like de-wedging them. And you also have to run short barrel bushings to get the best performance out of them, at least for me. Zach Mules Goodwin is able to make the best out of them when they're tall barrels, but for me, I struggled so much. But my thoughts are pretty much the same as the were in the review. Okay, so now go back to Banana Wilco, the peels. Yeah, I don't know, bro. I was being a bit fair and kind in the review, but I actually didn't like the milkshakes a lot. They made me dislocate my shoulder, so I kind of hate them. But they also didn't faint for me, so I don't know if that's again a curse of the KN roads or just me being unlucky as usual. But yeah, maybe the wheels were what's it called when a wheel is a deformed copy, deformative. I can't remember the word, but like a bad a bad production from the factory. So maybe that's it. But I didn't like them all that much. I'm actually trying to sell them, so there's that. I didn't like them all that much. So do I recommend them? Not really, bro. You can do way better. And like yeah, they slide, but I just don't like thinny wheels, bro. I just don't think they're worth it, my opinion. Like look, no thin. Now let's go to Quay A1 longboard wheel review. This review is recent enough, and I took enough time between getting these wheels, skating them, and then producing the review that I feel like it's pretty reflective of how I feel to this day. Perhaps something I did miss is that these wheels don't have a very smooth hookup coming out of the slide. They do hook up quite aggressively. So there's that. I do wish to get a smoother hookup with these wheels, but that doesn't happen. So yeah, like you see, this is my homie Emmanuel skating them. I'm on his board. Also, the roll speed is like super slow. So yeah, bro. And also like the craziest part of the World Skate Finals is that there were 4 different wheels. You had the Brazilian guy on Quay A1s. You then had Frenchie on the Seismic Deltas. You had Andreas on the Big Mitties. You had Harry on the Venom Magnums. So 4 different wheels. Granted, the riders' performance wasn't like back to back. They weren't all at their peak, but you then had I think it was Mags first, Mavericks, Big Mitty second, Delta's third, and whatever's fourth. But the Quay A1s, I'm shocked he got to the finals with those wheels. They just don't have the acceleration to keep up with other riders, in my opinion. And they're working on a new formula. So, as I said, I'm probably right. I'm probably right about that theory. Like, look at this. Let's check the translation real quick. Translate selection to English. Testing a product requires several details, equal parameters, and fast people on the track. And most of the time, it still may not be enough to have a clear result. Because in our sport, even the wind changes/increases. It can change a lot of things. But we can say with great confidence that today was not one of those days. We tested the second prototype of Quay wheels, and finally, we managed to develop a cannonball. I wonder what's different about these wheels, but you know. What's up, Jonathan? How you doing? So yeah, that's it. And unfortunately, guys, that is the last review that I've done. We have done a re-review of the ZM1s after about a year. But um, I don't know, dude. What? I got 200 likes on this video, even though it's like um, out of focus. But yeah, man. Uh, yeah, guys. I do have some exciting products that I'm going to be reviewing very soon. So let me hype you guys up. Cold Trotter wheels. Dude. The Cold Trotter Pro wheels. And there were two options, weren't they? Let me see if I can get them. But yeah, two sizes, one duro, limited quantities. Why limited quantities, bro? Why not just give us everything, bro? Please keep doing videos. Love your channel, bro. Love you too, Leo. I will keep doing videos. I actually absolutely love doing videos. I absolutely love talking shit. Um, but what's changed recently is that I want to have fun mostly and then also do videos. And honestly, I feel like that's made me a better sort of host in videos. I'm happier to talk shit. I'm happier to talk a lot of nonsense. I want to have less of a connection with companies, less of a connection with people in the industry. Of course, I kind of still want to get products for free, so it's a shame, still gotta be connected. But like before, like I'd feel bad because like people work hard to produce these products. And if I'm just here talking shit and absolutely disparaging the product, I would feel genuinely bad. And what didn't help was the fact that I knew some of these people personally. So now taking a step back and just having fun and hopefully not having this as my full time job would probably be helpful in the meantime. Anyway, so what was I'm trying to see like sorry my nose is blocked. I'm just trying to see the sizes. I literally have a box. You know what? I want to get the box of these wheels and then come back quickly. One sec. Oh, my legs are dead. Wait, Jonathan, how do you know I have new magnums, bro? Who you been talking to, bro? Who you been talking to? But when am I going to use the new magnums? So I have two options. I could either just do a standalone review, just write them for fun, or I could find a way, maybe crowdsource a little bit, see if I can get like the Seismic Deltas and the Maverick Pros as well, and then do like a best race wheel review. You guys, a lot of people enjoyed that video. Let me see how many views it got. Best longboard race wheels. Let's see how many views it got and how many likes. 6.5k views, which isn't a lot, but 346 likes. That's a banger. But it was a lot of effort and it took a lot of money. So maybe I'll do some fundraising again for that kind of video. I wish I could pay for it out of pocket, but I'm just not making that much at the moment. So yeah, man. And I'm a better rider now, bro. So yeah, crazy shit. Anyway, so yeah, blood orange wheels. Let's see this shit, man. Cold Trotter Pro, bro. We got the Cold Trotter Pro model. We also got the Cold Trotter Pro board, bro. Like, we up, man. We up. So these wheels, bro, I can't even tell you the difference, bro. They just literally look the exact same to me. So one of them is 70 millimeters, the other one is 74 millimeters. I guess one is stone grounding for like fast freeride, and the other one is gripped for like racing. Okay, that's the difference. So I'm hopefully skating this weekend. So hopefully I can take these wheels out and I'll have like a video to talk about them. Yeah, I'm going skating tomorrow, so I don't know. I'm prototyping some other board that I got from another company. So we shall see how it all ends up, what I end up doing. But yeah, bro, Cold Trotter Pro Wheels, man. See this shit, bro. See this shit. Have I ever went to one of the races on downhill skating? Yeah, dude, I went to the Philippines and I had my ass handed to me by kids riding wobbly Caliber Pros, and it was so scary, bro. Like, let me see if I can pull up that video. I'm sure it's yeah, part one, bro. Let me see. No, it's not here. This is day 3. Let me see if I can get it. Yeah, here. Race day. Yeah, bro, like are the cores different? No, the cores are pretty much the same. It's literally the same wheel. It's just one is a bit taller than the other, but also the lip profile for this wheel one is a little bit different from this one. So I suppose the performance will be a bit different. And yeah, I kind of dig it. I kind of dig it. So we'll see. I need to like rewatch the Cold Trotter video and like see what he's saying. Seeing what he's saying about all this shit. But yeah, I don't know, bro. Like, why make two wheels? Anyway, bro, it's Cold Trotter, bro. He drives a Supra, Toyota Supra, bro. He can do what he wants. Um, yeah, Jonathan, look, this guy was on calibers, like cast calibers. Like he's just wobbling, bro. He has more confidence and more confidence in his setup than I have ever had in my setup. Oh, that's a lie. But he was absolutely shredding, and I was just terrified, bro. I was just scared. But yeah, I was riding Mavs, and this guy could push, bro. I thought I had a good push, but he just took off, man. But I have a really good top end because you can see I'm starting to catch them here. Like, look, I have a gargantuan push, bro. And they were all wearing leathers, man. I was actually so terrified. I was like, what if I crash? And then also, like, my setup wasn't dialed in. And this is why you need to travel and skate a lot of different roads because at this point I started air braking a little bit because I was scared of tuck leaning this section and also just going full speed here. I also had no leathers, so I was also scared of crashing because my board kept on like bouncing around here. It wasn't very stable. My back foot kept slipping as well. So yeah. So I recommend traveling and skating different roads because you learn a lot. You improve your abilities as a rider, and you improve your confidence, and you find holes in your skate equipment. Like things could always be better. So yeah, what's the difference between freeride trucks and race trucks? So whilst I'm still here, race trucks are designed to go fast and to squeeze as much performance as you can out of your wheels and to maximize the whole road. So for example, if you go to Adrian Paynell, let's see. Here, for example, versus freeride trucks. Oh, perfect. We have this video. Perfect example of freeriding. Yeah, we'll just hopefully they don't Skate Slate doesn't sue us. But as you guys see here, race trucks tiny, allowing them to maximize the grip of their wheels by bringing their wheels directly under the balls of their feet, right? Was this guy actually using Kuei wheels or? Yeah, I have no idea what wheels those are actually. I think maybe face skate wheels. But they're also very turny, but also extremely stable. So they allow you to take great race lines and to really grip the road very, very well. So you see here is tuck leaning, and he's able to do. You're not really able to do this on freeride trucks, right? You could probably set them up to be good to do this, but freeride trucks are gonna be better for holding out stand-up slides and that kind of thing. So you see how he's just mainly going fast and minimizing how much he slides. Like, well, with freeriding, you're looking to do a lot more sliding. So for example, like look at this big ass stand-up slide. Boom. yeah, free ride trucks, you're looking more towards doing that. That being said, which guy does love free ride trucks? Professional kids. You can still use race trucks to free ride. So, for example, this is a sick video. Let me see. You can get like race style trucks or trucks that are narrow and still use them to free ride. You can set it up in a specific way that allows them to be good for free riding, but it's very difficult to do vice versa with free ride trucks, right? Free ride trucks are more set up for free riding, while race trucks are more set up for racing, but you can tune race trucks to then be nice for free ride as well as your free ride board. Another question: can you use like a free ride deck or a race deck to race? You can use a race deck to race. Can you use a free ride deck to race? Not necessarily. So now we're kind of blurring the lines of what is free ride and what is downhill. But for example, let's say the Prism Trotter Pro is a free ride deck, right? So this is a free ride deck. It's 35 inches long and 9.75 inches wide. I don't know how long it is. I might get the figure of how long it is wrong. You can't use this to race because in order to use race trucks, you need a board that's probably has a width under 8.8 inches or less than 9 inches, right? And has a wheelbase of about between 19 to like 23 inches. Cole Trotter doesn't even use his own deck to race. He uses the Owen Fox Pro. So I hope that answers your question. Anyway, guys, that's it for today's video. Yeah, man. Thank you for watching, and I hope this has been entertaining. We have 11 of you, which is actually absolutely sick for a video that has no guest. So thank you for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. As always, if you can, do donate to the stream, join the Patreon, and support me if you can. Subscribe, like it, whatever, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. If you have any ideas of podcasts I should do let me know, and I'll be talking to you guys again soon, next weekend. Hopefully we have another guest. So yeah, well, see you guys. Take care.